Okay. It is boil time. So, pretty much what this is it's a, think of your turkey burner on a essentially a camping portable, double burner. I pretty much, well, hang on. I pretty much, I built this thing essentially because I wanted to have a portable moving workpiece that I can just kind of slide it up under my workbench here in the garage, because I only use it, twice a year. At least at this point. I used to use it a lot because I used to do a lot of guns in there, but the reason why I liked the double burner, because I had at the time, I still have it, I should grab it. Alright, so this is the double burner stainless steel. You can still see the carbon marks from the thing. Anyway, this was great. This was great while I had it, until I got to a different system. I'm not going to get rid of it, because this little stainless steel planer thing was $150. So if I got like 4 guns I need to do, and they can all fit in this, it might actually be smarter to use this thing, because then I can run 2 burners and I can get this sucker rolling quick. So I don't know, it's one of those things where, just because there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat, none of them are wrong, because in the end you're still skinning a cat. So and who wants to do that? I've kind of started to move to this system here, where it's just a regular turkey burner. You take all your gun parts, drop them in your oh gosh, I don't know what that's called. It's a kind of like a colander thing, but just like a crawfish boil. You put your crawfish in there, put your gun parts in there, not together, separate, but you drop those in the boiling water, and essentially you can still use the steam as a form of boiling water, which, shocker, steam is essentially boiled water. I took the lid to this and bolted on a toilet flange, like a 4-inch cellular core PVC, so it doesn't melt from the steam. To say, what is it? Amateurs will waste time to save money, but professionals will waste money to save time, because professionals understand that time is the only thing you don't get back. So that's why most professionals will pay other professionals to do their professional work, because they understand that these things take time, and that's why sometimes it costs $600 to have a gun refinished. People are like, man, sometimes there's sticker shock with certain work out there, and there's a reason why good work costs good money. So the point is just because you're sitting in here and waiting for things to boil, you shouldn't be wasting your time doing this stuff. What you can also be working on is the wood. Do the woodwork if it needs to be done while this stuff is boiling. Essentially, priority is mostly the metal stuff, because that's what takes time the most. But the wood stuff is something that you can also work on while this stuff is all doing the conversion process, because this has a set amount of time on it. It has to be at least 45 minutes or 50 minutes, to where if you just sit here, and drink beer while it's happening, that is the telltale sign of, like, you are very much an amateur, as much I am, to where it isn't super pressing that, like, oh, this has to get done today or this afternoon, because then I got 17 other guns to work on. It's like, no, man, I do this as very much a hobby, fun thing. So God, that was a really terrible rant, wasn't it? Anyway, I got the M1905 bayonet in there, and then the barreled action for the 1903. And yeah, I got everything else in here. Pretty much all ready to boil. So this is how complicated it gets. Also, pro amateur tip: make sure you have enough water in there. it'll boil for an hour. So yeah, I've done that once. Where like you put more water in it from the garden hose, and then you got to wait another whatever time for it to come up to a boil. So always make sure you have enough gas. So. I know I'm not necessarily taking my own advice, but the point that I'm also trying to make too is like this is not, too daunting of a task. It's something that's fairly easy to tackle as long as you are mechanically minded and you can generally take something apart and put back together and not screw it up in the process. So where's my sunglasses? God damn it. What helps is, and the reason why I'm not really taking my own advice is because this wood kind of doesn't really need any work. This is perfectly, perfect condition for what a milsurp that was, from 80 years ago, but probably sat in a closet for, the last 50. It just doesn't really need any work. If anything, I'll make a video later of probably just gonna wipe it down with a little bit of acetone, or non-chlorinated brake cleaner is pretty much a good cleaner for this kind of stuff. But pretty much all that ever does is it cleans off a lot of like the hand oils and stuff like that from over the years. But other than that, it cleans that off, and then you just reapply new oil to it and let it do its thing for 10 minutes, wipe it off, and then just let it dry. Leave it alone. That's all they did in the armories when they refinished these things. So this doesn't, if a stock on a milsurp from World War II, World War I is nice and bright, shiny, it's not supposed to look like that. So the biggest reason why I'm not really taking my own advice and doing that work right now is, one, it doesn't really need it, and two, I kind of want to make that a separate video all on its own, and also I just don't really feel like doing it right now. So but yeah, anyway, probably my next video will be what the stuff looks like when it comes out of the boil tube and all that stuff. And I pretty much just set it on the workbench on a old towel and let it dry off. And the most important thing is you let it cool down, because this stuff is very hot. Oh yeah, we're doing good. Just want to make sure I wasn't losing any water. So yeah, let it cool down, let it sit. Generally what I'll do is I'll probably just let it sit overnight and then not even touch it. But that'll probably be my next video, and just fair warning, it will look very bad until you cart it, and it looks a lot better. So yeah,